going to introduce a man who spends a lot of time thinking about sports fans and how to keep them happy. Please welcome Kieran from Fanatics.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, Kieran. So, tell us a bit about Fanatics and what you do.
So, you may or may not have heard of us. We're maybe you could say we're the hidden hand behind the sports industry. Exactly. We help football clubs, sporting organisations like UEFA or the Olympics, and most especially US sporting organisations like NFL and NBA connect with their fans. And they can connect with fans in lots of ways that we enable, from the fan gear that fans like to wear through to their retail operations, licensing of their IP, selling their collectibles, and even into emerging areas like betting. So, yeah, we operate around the globe, and here in the UK and Manchester, we run the international business. So managing really sports for everywhere outside the US.
Awesome. How exciting. And you've got actually a really, really beautiful challenge for our startups today, haven't you? Do you want to announce the challenge?
Yeah, so I lead marketing in the international business. And fan experience is central to who we are, what we want to improve, and how we want to connect with fans around the world. But we have a problem. It can be really difficult to connect with fans in that real sweet spot, that moment of need, when maybe the emotions are highest, when the feeling is strongest. And we tend to find those moments after the fact, maybe when the heat's come out of it a little bit, when the moment has passed, and the marketing opportunity, most importantly, for my team, has also passed. So what we really want to do is find those moments, find those fans when we can really make an intervention to help make the fan experience better. And, you know, you only have to go on social at the minute and see, maybe it's, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, that we've got Hardest Geezer, and he's making the run to every England game in Germany at the minute. How do we maybe find him as he was setting out in that journey? How do we find the German fan that slept in and missed the bus and his post blew up in Germany? Those are the things that we want to find so we can build those fan connections.
Wow, cool. So all about sort of finding ways to really super support your fandoms.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And we've got 5 brilliant startups who'll be giving you their ideas. But what are you looking for? What's going to really set your eyes alight today?
Well, I think some of those problems are not exactly new. I think there's a lot of companies out there that have been trying to solve those problems for a while. So from my perspective, it's not just about solving that, but maybe trying to bring some innovation, maybe AI into that, and thinking about where solving that problem might be in 2025 or 2026. How can we maybe create a competitive edge in that field versus some of my competitors, and really I'm looking for some cutting-edge tech that can
awesome. So
help
tech,
us do that.
Innovation, possibly AI, something that stands out from the competition.
Exactly.
Nice, like it. Well, Kieran, I'm going to ask you to sit back down and put your judging hat on, and we will one by one introduce you to our startups.
I'm excited.
Thank you, Kieran.
Thank you.
Round of applause for Kieran, everybody. Kieran, you mentioned AI. We have a really exciting AI-powered global search intelligence platform. Luminr, come on up.
Hi, guys. This is my Oprah moment. Go in front of the seats in front of you and grab a finger. We've got our fan moments for this. Thank you for having us. We're Luminr, and we isolate particularly Cinderella fan moments and make the content that can go viral world around. So instead of in telling you our job titles, I'm a massive Philly fan. This is our Fanatic that's spelled with a P and H. This is James, and he's Lemon Grab. And this is Nav, and she is a BTS fan like no other. And then the best and the foremost. So my grandmother, I got The Rock to sing Happy Birthday to when she turned 100 years old. And it went crazy, crazy viral. And she was a lifelong Rock fan.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
So fandoms are not logical, are they? They're practically religious. It doesn't make sense for you to stay up until 4 a.m. to watch your favorite team absolutely implode on another continent when you know fully well you could have watched it in the morning recorded. It doesn't make sense for me to go all the way to Korea to get my hair done by BTS's stylist. I swear, robbing a bank would have been easier. But that's what... That's what being a fan means, right? It means that you are highly irrational, rather emotional, and sometimes dangerously excitable. But what unites us is the fact that online, we tend to do a whole lot more than the average social media follower. So the question is, how can Fanatics really connect with this highly segmented group of outliers? And we think the answer lies in Cinderella moments. Well, it's easy to back a winning team, but we think the fan spirit is especially strong among those that support the underdogs, those that haven't seen a win in 16 seasons. But out of nowhere, the odds have started to go in their favor and they've started to rise. And these are moments that we think are authentic. They create a lot of hope and joy. And more importantly, these are the moments that Luminr can help you identify.
So while the reasons we support teams can be very irrational, what we do with Luminr is anything but irrational. And I want to illustrate how Fanatics could have used Luminr to respond to this authentic fan moment that happened a few months ago by highlighting getting away from football a little bit towards something else. So if we look at Cody over there, let's just take you a quick run through his timeline. So a few years ago, he broke away from the Titan, WWE, made his own challenger promotion with some friends, and it was huge. You know, after a few years, it turns out salary was more important than the movement, and he left. And then rumors started to swell that maybe he would return to that Titan company that he turned his back on. Eventually, a surprise return quickly followed the rumors, until he finished the story, which was the meme that sort of drove the community in that whole arc that he was on. But as much as that was happening, something else was happening in the background. And this is where Luminr comes in. So Luminr would have seen initially through that challenger promotion his rising popularity. It would see that Reddit starts to go crazy, full of conversation around the time that he leaves. We start to pick up on those rumors. So there's things that start to happen in the industry that we don't quite know are happening, but if you look back in time, you'll see that there was plenty of conversation around it. And we'll see that spike in fan engagement in that return moment all the way up until who The Rock likes to call the Cody Crybabies support him up until that defeat at WrestleMania. So just to show you it's not a lot of hot air, but actually it's something that we do, and we do quite repeatedly, is we've predicted stuff like this before. We know what it takes to work out when the underdogs are going to win and how they're going to get there. We did it a few years ago for the Oscars. At the time, you know, a foreign language film had never won Best Picture. Nobody ever thought it could. Maybe the Oscars was just slightly less racist that year. Maybe it was just that good that it overcame that. But the social signals we tapped into, that was the underpinning that made that sort of cultural tipping point, and we were able to predict that. My only regret is that we never put any money down on those predictions. But the thing is, you know, the goal of this is to bring Fanatics closer to the action, and the action being the fans. Problem is, you can't just parachute into these communities because you'll look like an imposter. You need to listen into this really interconnected network of conversations across the social web to show them you're with them and be there for those authentic moments and set the stage for those punchy, reactive activations.
And this is where it's really important to capture those moments. This is actually a video that Fanatics put up about a special fan moment.
That Trent Williams jersey, sure enough, was at his door. He was so excited about it. I mean, his mom was telling us that he couldn't stop talking to his friends and family about it. It's the kind of thing that's just irreplaceable with this job.
Or...
Happy birthday, Marie.
Right back, you rock you.
And the difference between getting that footage, doing picture-in-picture, and delivering the actual moment. we're fans of very, very different things, but we recognize and respect fandom. And when content is authentic and means something, and you deliver the storytelling, things blow up. And that's where the jerseys blow up. That's where the foam fingers come from. That's where real fans are born and real fans live on within the world of Fanatics.
Thank you. Stay on stage, guys. Yay. Kieran, come on up. So you guys, basically, you're kind of not just waiting for a big fan moment, you're predicting a big fan moment.
Sounds like you're ready to pounce. I'm getting real fan energy. So, in terms of spotting those trends, are you guys, like, how does that work for your client, potentially us? Do you just say something's happening and then kind of leave it to us to deal with, or how would that work?
So we're always listening for things that are going to be relevant for you, listening to your audiences and understanding where those conversations are going to take place. So you'll always have access to what's happening at any point in time, but we'll also...
So, for instance, if there's 6 teams in the FA that have never gone to the FA Cup and 3 of them are starting to blow up, we are then closely following those to look at the things that would have been featured in local news. So if a guy has a child that he was never supposed to have after cancer and we get the first picture of him in that kit, those are the things that journalists, and we can use AI sentiment analysis to find those moments that used to be shared just in the local newspaper, but we're jumping on them in advance and waiting till the wins happen, and then we're capturing that moment.
And so then I'm sitting in Manchester and there's something coming up to me going, hey, get on this.
Yes, and we're then alerting your social media teams locally and saying, this is what we're watching, these are the 8 stories, which do you want to go for? And we're sending production and we're getting those moments captured.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Sorry, Doug. Amazing. Thank you. Can we bring your grandma next time? Can we invite her?
And The Rock.
She actually lived to 104, and he did it every year. And, like, that was way before Cameo. And I became the favorite grandchild because I got The Rock to sing Happy Birthday to her every year.
Wow. I want that for my next birthday. Thank you so much. Round of applause for Luminr. Kieran, have you made a decision? Do you want to grab the trophy? Mark, grab us the trophy.
Yes.
So you saw quite a range of things there, didn't you? You've had AI, you've had predictive fan moments, you've had handwritten notes, quite a range.
Yeah, and actually, that's the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
And that's what we've really appreciated with our friends at CoCubed. You know, we might have a particular thought about how a problem might get solved, and then we get a solution about handwritten notes that honestly we wouldn't have thought about.
Yeah.
So that's great. But I think of all the solutions, maybe the one that ties closely to our mission and what we really want to do, and this particular problem actually is Luminr.
Luminr, yes, come on up, Luminr, for your granny.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the whole Luminr team. Come on up.
Oh. Yay! Thank you. And for fans that are real fans, like we live and die by our fandom.
I picked that up. I'm not going to doubt your fandom.
Yes.